Hello to all my dear friends and a very warm welcome. I've been recently engaged with the 3SHAPE Trios 3 intraoral scanner, which I'm sure all of you know about. It's a scanner with absolutely beautiful workflows, and as far as precision and accuracy is concerned, it is right there at the top. So let me quickly take you over to chairside, where I have a patient waiting in the chair. The scanner is all set up to be used, and I'm going to go ahead and scan this patient to receive a bridge in the upper arch.
So the patient reported to me with severe pain in the upper 7. It was diagnosed to be chronic irreversible pulpitis. Obviously a root canal was performed and a core buildup was also done. The patient was advised to get the 6 replaced by placing an implant, but because of certain financial restrictions, the patient decided to go with a bridge. That is why we are planning a Bruxelles bridge in this case, which is an excellent option in the posterior region. I also decided to do a laser gingivectomy on the mesial aspect of the 7 to avoid a subgingival margin and also to have a 360-degree ferrule. Both the 5 and the 7 were prepared using the reverse preparation concept, and as you can see, I have a 000 retraction cord in there to give me some amount of vertical retraction so that the margin can be recorded cleanly in the scan. Since my patient is all set to be scanned, I'm going to start by entering the patient's name in the 3SHAPE Trios software. I will also select my laboratory. In this case, I'm selecting Illusion Dental Laboratory. Now coming to the indications page, this is where I can pen down all the specifications regarding the case and send it to the technician. I'm going to select the teeth which I'm going to scan, and I have selected a Bruxelles bridge from the drop down menu along with the shade. So it's time to begin this highly simplified workflow by starting to scan the lower arch. Since I'm going to make a 3-unit bridge in this case, I'm only going to do a quadrant scan. You can see how fast and how easily this thing captures all of the details and converts all the information to form a 3D model. And that is what makes the 3SHAPE Trios the absolute best in the world as far as intraoral scanning is concerned. It's really amazing how this scanner can completely enhance the entire experience for the dentist as well as for the patient. Having completed my lower scan now, I will select the trim tool and trim away all the excess soft tissue which I have recorded in the scan. The trimming of the soft tissue not only makes my scan look cleaner, but also makes bite articulation a lot easier. So now coming to the important step of recording the upper arch in this case. So I start off with the distal most tooth, spending more time over the prepared abutments, and since it's a short span, I'm going to do only a quadrant scan in this particular case. If needed, I can also take my scanner back into the patient's mouth and stitch the missing areas to complete my upper scan. I can also alternate between the STL and the color model just to check the quality of the scan. Another very important step in the digital scanning workflow is to establish the patient's occlusion. We do this by having the patient to sit with the head upright and place the scanner on the buccal side. Starting with the distal most tooth, we move buccally to record the buccal surfaces of the teeth and also some amount of gingiva of the upper and lower arches. Look how beautifully the upper and the lower arches snap into place automatically and establish an occlusion for that patient. Features like the occlusion and the clinical validation tool is what makes the 3SHAPE Trios the best in the world today. The next step which I'm about to show you is my personal favorite. It's called the clinical validation or the analyze tool. The tools on the analyze page help me to visualize any shortcomings in my scan. For example, when I click the clearance tab, it actually gives me a color-coded map to check if I have enough clearance. In case there was less clearance in any of these areas, it would show me a red color mark which I would adjust and update in my scan. Another important tool on the analyze page is the direction indicator. This option shows me if I have any undercuts in my preparations which will be marked in red and can be adjusted easily. There's also another interesting tool on the analyze page for shade matching. This tool can allow me to get a reference of the patient's shade which can complement a manually taken shade which I will convey to the lab. Both these tools are extremely helpful to me since they enable me to make these adjustments chair-side rather than having to call my patient again. Once all this is clear, I can just click the send button and the file is sent to the lab. So once the file is sent, the technician can retrieve it and directly start designing the prosthesis. You can see the beautiful marginal definition that the scanner has given the technician. The Bruxer bridge is then milled, glazed and delivered to me the very next day along with the 3D printed models. And this is what the end result has turned out to be. I really believe that Bruxer is a great option for posterior teeth. It has a good combination of very good strength and good aesthetics as well. And you can also see the accuracy of the 3SHAPE translating into a great result as far as the marginal integrity and occlusion is concerned.
So you saw how effectively we can have an enhanced digital experience with the 3SHAPE TRIOS 3 for the patient as well as for the dentist. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Chairside Education for more. See you next week.